And you know, it's kind of coming back to, in some future games that you'll see on DeepSeededGeek, my sister plays through a very scary game, and we've been horror movie fans for a long time, and we've kind of become desensitized to it, to the point where like anything that's a horror movie nowadays, it doesn't affect us as much as it used to. But once I got her playing a video game and having her immersed in the world, she went right back to that like initial fear of like when she first saw The Exorcist, you know? And it's the same kind of thing with The Walking Dead, where all these situations that you're plugged into, it really does make you more invested in everything. And I think that's just a brilliant way that games are going nowadays, and I hope they keep it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, here's a quick question, and I'm interested to know what some of you might say to this. Think of the games that you typically lean towards when you buy games. Would this game, had we not suggested it, would this game have been one that you would have purchased?
Yes, absolutely. If for no other reason than I buy anything that has anything to do with zombies.
Yeah. Okay.
This is like total opposite of what I typically play. I usually play online to meet up with family because I'm there in a different province, but whatever. So that's my way of playing. It's mostly first-person shooters. It's nothing too crazy. But yeah, getting thrown into this was definitely a treat. It was definitely a nice, refreshing. Okay, yeah, not everything is about how well it's about agility with your thumbs and stuff, but like for the most part,
It's not like,
it doesn't scramble.
There's substance to it, it's not all just flat.
Yeah, it doesn't like you're not like, oh, okay, yeah, I know exactly how to do this. It brings a new, fresh take on video games.
cool. Good.
I would have never played this.
No.
I Walking Dead, the show, I enjoy, but I'm also a big wimp, so I PVR it and then watch it during the daytime with all the lights on. So it's not something that I would have played. I like the RPGs. I don't like them to be overly dark and ominous and blah blah blah. Sunshine and puppy dogs, that's what I'm all about.
I'm kind of that way too, a little bit.
With your Battlefield 3, suck it, dick.
Come on, it's kid friendly. No. Not really.
So, but yeah, like this was a fantastic treat. I loved it. We've talked about how sucked in we got into the game, and I know I was there. I won't be too ashamed to admit that, yeah, at one point I had one honking huge tear in my eye, maybe more than one.
Yeah.
So
Well, your career situation, I mean, I record all the videos, the games that I play, and I'm never posting it online with the audio at least, because you hear me sobbing like a baby when that scene came up. But
yeah. Yep. So
Starving
glad I
Child
played
is
it.
pretty bad.
Starving Child was pretty bad, yeah.
No, that
I
was
love that part though.
And just because we're talking about The Walking Dead here, just as a quick aside, not the latest episode of Walking Dead, which would be the 4th of the 3rd season, but the last episode, the one where the baby was born.
Yep.
I was bawling, you guys.
Oh.
I was sitting at my computer Monday morning, I was crying my heart out.
That is one thing to say about the video game. It can depress you.
yeah.
Yeah, oh certainly, yeah.
You have to be like, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm having a shitty day today. Let's play some video games.
Yeah.
By the same token, there's some wonderful humor.
Not
in this
one of
game,
those.
right?
Oh yeah.
At one point, you asked Clementine, did you lick that salt lick? And her response to that,
Yeah.
oh no. So good.
Well, that part where she's saying, well, Duck's always accusing me of things. Well, like what? Well, he said I put a bug on his pillow. Well, did you? Maybe.
And there's the whole bit, like, there's a very, very cheesy puzzle in the first episode where you've got to figure out how to get a radio working, and it's
the batteries.
There's no batteries in the stupid thing. But what's really funny is that, if you do that quest, it's an optional quest, if you do that quest, It's a running gag throughout the rest of the rest of the series.
Yeah.
You're constantly bringing it up until old Carly gets one in the brain band. But,
I love you, Carly. All right. Well, I had one more question on here, but I think we've kind of answered that one. It was going to be out of the multiple choices, like live or die kind of situations that we had, which one stood out for you? But I think we kind of nailed that for everybody. Did everyone mention?
well, if we're
I know
talking
you and I
about the
did.
big choices,
Yeah.
is that where? Okay, well, the big choice in episode 1 is save Doug or save Charlie. And you and I are team Charlie, and I think you guys were team Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I didn't pick that.
Doug.
You picked Carly?
Yeah, oh yeah, and she can shoot. She had the gun.
That's it.
I'm like, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the fact that Doug looked a lot like a guy I went to high school with factored into it.
Oh, that sucks.
Episode 2. Well, actually, the Doug character is based on one of the programmers of the game or something.
Okay. Oh, really?
He's put in there.
Oh,
as an
for
Easter
real?
egg, yeah.
That's cool.
Sorry,
Sorry, dude, I killed you.
Sorry,
I'll let
yeah,
you die,
I'm
man.
Yeah, man. That sucks.
It's worm food.
Episode boy in the zombie apocalypse.
Episode 2, the big choice in that one involves part of the party's been taken captive, and Larry, who is this big, muscular, older man, has a heart attack. He maybe dies, and there's the possibility of is he alive or is he dying? What do we do about Larry? And Kenny wants to kill him, and his daughter Lily wants to save him, and you've got to choose between the two of them. I was in that instance, I was Team Lily because Clementine was there.
Yeah.
That was just it. I thought Kenny had a good point, but I wasn't going to do it with Clementine.
Yeah.
So that was it.
True enough.
So did anybody side with Kenny on that one?
I was curious to see, like,
Oh,
you
you
know,
went back?
well, no, just more so like, okay, this guy's the first guy I'm meeting, and yeah, we've been through some crap, but you know, I saved his son. You know, I should be in your good books for, you know, you know, like I chose your son over some guy, you know, like
Yeah.
sure, it would have been nice to save the guy, but not everyone's gonna live, right?
Yeah.
And you have to make the most sane choices, and you know, you basically I put all my chips on one spot, you know, and like, you know what, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
And I think that would be an excellent plan to a degree, you know.
Well, you can't fault the guy for his line of thinking, right? Like,
Yeah,
it makes sense in the situation.
he wants to go straight as an arrow to the safest place possible, but sometimes it's not always, you know, he's too random.
True enough.
But I made the poor decision.
Well, I think we've all made one or two poor decisions.
Well, we all do, and that's the
games,
beauty
so,
of it. Yeah.
Well, that's the great thing is you can play the game that way. You can make mistakes, if that's what
Yeah.
you want to call them, and you can just deal with them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, like I said before, I mean, like, we could, like, hit each bullet point and try and, you know, come up with what's great, but it's so hard to nail it down to just one. Like I said before, there are 100 different ways each episode could end for each one of us, and we could be here all night talking about this. Not that I have a problem with that, but we gotta get it going. So, everybody's favorite question that they're dying to talk about, who do I let go first? We're going to talk about our predictions for the final episode of Walking Dead, which is released yesterday. We haven't played it, right?
No.
Did you play it?
I can't say I have because I stayed up
Right.
a little bit too late just to finish the report.
He is so dedicated to
He's
this.
like, I'm feeling it, man. I'm like,
And I pretty much almost damn near sat on top of Kip saying, don't play it!
Hey man, I've got to go home and sit down, and I've got to play 4 episodes of Walking Dead before
That's
I can
right.
play the 5th one. My computer crashed last
Yeah.
night. My save game flew out there. So now I have to
You
play
make
it
that
all
sound like
through.
it's a bad thing.
No, it's great, but you know what? As much fun as going through and reviewing all these great choices and these character moments are, there's the puzzles. And
Yeah.
the puzzles are fun, and they're organic, and they fit the game very, very well, and they don't take a lot of time.
But when you know what the end
I have
is,
to
you
go
want
through
to get there.
4 episodes of puzzles I've already done.
Yeah.
So,
Now, here's an interesting question just for you. When you go back and replay the game, because you lost all your save data and you had a particular story going on, are you going to make the same decisions?
no. I will, for the most part, be making the same choices, but there are a few places, a handful of places, where I know I will make different choices.
Okay, fair enough. All right,
Predictions.
predictions.
Bring 'em on.
You are chomping at the bit to do this one, so I'll let you go
Go,
first.
Kip, go.
I think that we're being groomed for the fact that we either have to kill Clementine or she's already dead.
Really?
I think that
Okay.
we've been groomed from that from the beginning. Starts with Duck, heart-wrenching Duck, moves on to the zombie kid in the attic, and Clementine's gone.
Oh, he's got a point. Oh, man.
Clementine's dead.
I didn't, I, that hadn't even crossed my mind, but
You'll
you got
mess
a
up
really
the child
strong
death,
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Euthanasia.
And it's not just child death, it's essentially our child in the game. The one character that has been faithful to us, the one character that we have watched over from start to finish.
The one character we would drop anything to protect.
You know what,
Exactly.
I just want to point out that, you know, this whole video series has been super entertaining so far, and we've had a bunch of laughs. We are going to depress the shit out of everybody with each one of our predictions, because it's not going to be sunshine and rainbows from here on out.
Kip, you suck.
I think we all know that already.
Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. I
Yeah.
hadn't actually thought of that, and that particular group.
That's interesting, because that's very interesting. I hadn't considered that. Oh, that's much different than my.
And it's also entirely possible that I'm 100% in denial here, but I'm not ready to write Lee off just yet. I think that he either, he turns around, he doesn't turn.
Oh.
But
That would be a first for the franchise,
Yeah.
you know?
A very first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a dicey kind of wound he gets,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah, like, I'm fully prepared to have the zombie that was hiding out in the garbage cans, like, just have a whole bunch of strawberry jam on his lips, and that's what's on his...
Or he turns out to be like a crazy guy, not as
Exactly, yeah.
I wanna kiss you!
It's just a practical joke.
You thought you were gonna die!
Jenny, you prick!
Yeah, so, I'm done with...
Yeah, you're definitely gonna see a lot of characters fall off the map.
Yeah, I think they'll be
Yeah.
cleaning house.
Yeah.
Did anyone remember what that V means?
Uh,
This many walkers sealed inside.
The marks on the house.
Number of eligible citizens, and what was the line?
One left behind, people left behind.
People left behind.
Undesirables.
Yeah.
Undesirables, yeah.
Maybe. Oh. I kind of got the sense that they were kind of leaving that area and moving on once they dealt with the Clementine thing. Although, who knows what's going to happen while they're there, right?
You never know. That's the thing. Is like you're in this kind of one-dimensional city. It takes you wherever you're supposed to be, right?
Okay, so here's my take on it. I agree with you, sort of. I do think we could certainly see Clementine die. I think the ending, like we know, personally, I'm more on of the mind that Lee's wound is legit. That he is, that episode 5, we are going to see him, like as we're playing through, he's going to get sicker and sicker, okay?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm in
think,
denial on that one.
I think episode, it's brutal, right?
Yeah.
I think episode 5 is about saying goodbye to Clementine. I think it's about us having to let go of her. We've seen her through all of this stuff and we can't protect her anymore and we need to let her go. Now, my prediction is this. I think we know how that story is going to end. The whole arc of Clem and Lee is going to end with Lee dying and having to say goodbye to Clem. I think, and maybe this is wishful thinking on my part, I think that we are going to play a role in bringing Clementine back together with her parents. I think her parents are actually alive. I think in a crazy twist, I think that I don't think it's a for sure thing. I think that we will have the option, if we play the game correctly, to bring Clementine back together with her parents. I would even go so far, now that you've introduced the idea of Clementine dying, something that I never considered. I would even go so far as to say that our choice of like how we handle events will influence whether Clementine has her happy ending reunited with her family or maybe one of her parents, or whether she dies, and that's the end of the story that way.
And just think how happy it would be if she joined Lee in zombiehood.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Aww.
I picture them walking down a road, holding zombie hands with the Incredible Hulk music
It's we
playing.
got a puppy.
Yes, sure got a puppy. Yeah.
We are sick individuals. Man. It's funny. I think
I do think though that anybody that isn't Clem or Lee is food.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody having a happy ending.
Wouldn't it suck if Ben was the only one who lived through this whole thing?
That'd be awesome. It's like, what?
What do I do now?
I just take care of myself.
Yeah.
Runs away at the
But
end.
you know what? I think it's interesting that you bring up. I totally dismissed the parents. This whole time. I mean, from early on, you get the idea that the father's but the mother could still be.
Well, that's just it. I think it would be awfully convenient if they were both still around.
Yeah.
But I would not be completely nonplussed if Clementine's mom were actually wherever creepy radio guy is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I don't.
It would also be kind of interesting because I'm giving Telltale as much credit as I possibly can, but it would be really weird to see them kind of 180 their whole path of destruction throughout this game and just the depressing element of it to suddenly at the very end go, oh, sunshine and rainbows, you're with your mommy again.
well, I think that from a storytelling perspective, I think that is useful. Because so far what the game has taught us is that life is over and there's no reason to go on.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, some characters have talked about it. But I think that's the point of The Walking Dead is that there is still a reason to go on. And I think that would bring it to a satisfying close. I think both Clementine dying and oh my god, this happened and zombie Walking Dead world is a horrible place to live. Certainly I think that's a satisfying ending to this whole story too. I think that would work. But I also think that at the last second, the impossible happened. I mean, even think of the comic book series, right? One of the first arcs involves Rick Grimes, the main character, trying to find his wife and kid, and holy crap, he finds his wife and kid, right?
Yeah.
So the precedent's been set.
Yeah.
Epic
That's
tale.
It's an epic tale.
Epic tale. It must
Epic
be told
tale.
throughout the lands.
Epic tale.
So my prediction, see, and this is what I love about the game, is that you can tell just by everybody's different opinion of how it's going to end. It just shows how varied we've kind of come away from the game. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how different and how it can be interpreted and like processed by everybody so differently. My ending in my mind, and this might be a reference you guys don't know, but I think it's going to go the way of Red Dead Redemption.
Ah, okay.
You played the game, you didn't finish the game. Though.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
That thought has been thrown around the comic book series quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
Concerning Rick and Carl.
Yeah. And the only thing that got me thinking that way, and I won't kind of say anything about Red Dead Redemption, which might be a game of the month one day, so watch out. But essentially what I think is going to happen is that Lee will turn. He'll be reunited with Clementine. They'll kind of distance themselves from whatever craziness they found themselves in. And at the very, very last moment, you stop controlling Lee and you start controlling Clementine.
Okay.
And you have to deal with Lee.
You know what? That is a very, very strong ending. I could see that going because one of the themes that was brought up in their relationship back in episode 3, I think it was
training her
how to deal with this world, and that's been getting more and more important. Yeah, you know what? I think you've got the right of it there concerning the Lee and Clementine relationship.
If it goes that way, I mean, who knows? Like you might like piss off Kenny and I live, and you might say Kenny's my best friend, and you die.
Yeah, who knows? So I actually really like that quite a bit. I can see that happening.
Well, to be honest, I like everybody's idea. I mean, like, Jesus, if we could play all those, you know, that would be cool.
That's right to Telltale.
Yes, exactly. Well, truth be told, people who have watched this video, if this does interest you, and I hope it really does, because that's the point of the series here, is to get people interested in these things that they normally wouldn't kind of get into. But I'll have you know, and I don't know if the guys know this, but they've signed on that the Walking Dead video game series by Telltale is going to be a series.
Mhm.
So they're already working on season 2. So much like a TV series, there's going to be a season 2, possibly season 3, 4, 5, just like any kind of TV show. So I was going to ask what you guys thought about that idea of episodic content like this, but we'll leave that for now. So we're going to wrap this up really quick. That was The Walking Dead. You guys recommend it?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Not
Good.
the
If
children.
you like games at all, you
Or
should.
people
you should
that
give
hate
this one a
horror.
try.
Or
If you like stories, if you've read a book, if you've watched a movie, I'd say this is definitely a good in for you. Now, I brought out a bucket, and what is in this bucket are a bunch of different papers. This is the suggestion pot. We've all written a game of choice on a piece of paper, and this is going to pick next month's game. So,
If you guys have any games that you'd like to suggest,
Thank
by
you.
all means, feel free to leave them in the comments or
yes,
wherever.
thank you. You all
You know what?
comments.
Just because I've always wanted to say, you can leave it in the comment section below.
And how do they subscribe, Corey?
You can click on the link over
Is it here?
Here. Up here. That link right there. Click the link, people.
Try to avoid the zombies on the background. All right, so who wants to grab?
Oh, can I?
Yes, you can.
Yay.
All right,
I hope I wrote the right
So,
thing in those
pick one.
things.
let's see what we
I
get.
don't know, that was game of the year?
No, the next game we want to play.
Here's the game that we're gonna play.
Oh, it's mine.
What's yours?
Payday the Heist. Payday the Heist.
Is that like based on the Milton Bradley board game from
It's
the 80s?
not at all, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Dang.
Because that was a great game. I loved it.
Payday the Heist available on PC and PS3.
Excellent, excellent.
Nice.
And I am so excited for that one because I
One of my
always see
favorites.
Corey playing it when
One
I'm
of my
on
favorites.
Steam. And it's a co-op game.
Well, it's
Nice.
in the vein of Left 4 Dead. It's a 4-player co-op game, so hey, 1, 2, 3, 4 of us. It's on the Steam Autumn sale. If you're a PC guy, you can pick it up for $5 right now.
Oh my god.
If you're a PS3 guy, it's I think a bit more. It's $15. However, if you happen to be a subscriber to the PlayStation Plus, it's one of your free downloads.
Cool.
So if you're going to go ahead and buy it on PlayStation Network, which I certainly, if you're a console gamer, it's a great game to get on the console. It'll be $15, but a 3-month subscription to the PlayStation Plus, which is what I did, is $17. And for that price, you get, as long as you're an active subscriber, you get, off the top of my head, Resident Evil 5, Payday the Heist, Pac-Man Championship Edition.
Oh, which is an awesome game.
Awesome game.
Yes.
There's about a dozen titles you get for free just for subscribing.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, it's a great game. It's very, very affordable. It's been around for a while. Has a great, very, very strong community of gamers. People are very, very hardcore in the game.
Nice.
In the vein of Left 4 Dead,
Yeah.
4-player co-op, except instead of trying to fend off zombies, we're a team of terrorists, and every map is a different job that we're pulling.
Cool.
Actually,
It's like Heat, the movie.
it's like Heat the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
The first
for
level,
real?
Yeah.
the first level is a bank robbery. There's an actual level like from the movie Heat where you've got to chase a car through the city streets. There's a zombie-based level. It's great fun. We're having a good time with it.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's different.
I'm excited. I'm
Very,
excited.
very fun, you guys.
All right.
$5.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, $5.
$5.
So what are we going to play? Well, we can discuss that once we're done.
Dude, I've got it on PC. As soon as I saw you were playing it, I
Yeah.
bought it.
It's
on
a great
Steam
game.
sale.
It's a great game.
I have no problem buying it again.
I
on
will
PS3.
I will mention as well. If you've got that, if you've gone halfway and gotten the $5 Payday the Heist game, there's also the Wolfpack DLC, which adds a whole bunch of new equipment, a new skill tree to go into, and that is $250 on the Steam sale.
Damn. I'm all over that.
There you go.
I am so all over that.
There you go.
Well, okay, we're gonna wrap it up. So this, I don't know how long we went, but hopefully you stay tuned until the very end. I had such crazy fun doing this. So yeah, next month, check us out. We'll be playing, we'll be commenting.
And we'll edit that out. 3, 2, 1.
So thank you for watching us. And yeah, If you like this video, indicate on the bottom there. You can like this video. You can share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and the like. You can subscribe up in the top corner there. Leave comments for any game you think we should be playing, any game that you want to suggest to other people who are watching this. That would be great. And on behalf of Corey, Josh, Kip, and myself, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Deep Seeded Geek. Take care.